Do more by doing less. With me, Charles Alexander, for small business owners, startups, and busy folks.
Looks like you've been missing a lot of work lately.
I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
When my super sweet middle child, Lily, 12 now, when she was 5, she had this obsession. Reese's peanut butter cups, and with good reason. Those things are awesome. But we had to kind of keep a rein in on her with them. I remember one day, Ava, Lily, and Lane were all at Granny and Pawpaw's at that time. They're 7, 5, and 3. And they loved going to Granny and Pawpaw's. That's like going to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and being completely unleashed. I'm getting ready to take them home. We'll go home, make dinner, the whole routine. Of course, they're scattered out. I'm trying to gather them up. And Lily keeps coming in while I'm trying to get Ava and Lane out the door and saying, "Hey, Daddy, can I have this Reese's cup?" She would have a full-size Reese's cup in her hand. You know, I said, "No, Lily, we're not going to do that right now, baby. We're going home." "Okay, Daddy." Sweet thing. And this happened again. A couple minutes later, "Daddy, can I have this Reese's cup?" "No, Lily, Daddy just talked to you." "No, we're not doing that, remember?" "Okay, Daddy." Just sweet smile. Okay. This happened again and again. And it finally was like the movie Groundhog Day, but not funny and without Bill Murray. Still cute. Finally, after I don't know how many times, I just blew up at this sweet little girl. "No, ma'am. We're not doing that. We're going home." So I snatched them all up, half unready, shoes laid out everywhere. Granny and Pawpaw wanting to keep them for a little bit more. And as we got to the door, I looked over my right shoulder and saw Pawpaw's office. His desk was there with untold number of unwrapped Reese's cups. And I lost it. I just blew up, grabbed all 3 kids together. "What did you do? How many did you eat?" And I'm accusing it, all 3 of them. And immediately, Ava and Lane, who have zero poker face, by the way, just both almost went into tears. "Oh, Daddy, I didn't do it." And, I believed them. They didn't. I looked over at sweet little Lily, said, "Bug, did you eat these?" And she looked at me with the stone cold confidence of a lifetime criminal being sent off to solitary confinement for shivving somebody in the yard and says, "Yes, Daddy, I ate them all." Just almost in the shake. Said, "Lily, Bug, how many did you eat?" "I ate 9 of them." She was on a sugar high and just couldn't hide it anymore. Okay. I didn't even know what to say. In fact, I hate to admit, I kind of grinned a little bit. I was almost impressed. How are you going to eat 9 of those? I mean, they ain't the little ones. They were the full size. All right. For us, and what I want to explain to you and for myself, if I'm the only listener here, I need to hear this today. Willpower, folks, is a depletable resource. The more you kind of waste it, the more you lose it. It doesn't get stacked back up by the end of the day. You want to do more by doing less. We have to manage our willpower correctly. Not just in our business, but even we'll start off with some softballs here in our personal life. I'll tell you what, let's start off with some business ones. So for a lot of us, we have good intentions of contacting all of our referral sources, and we want to take them to lunch, take them to coffee, and get them to work with us, get them to help us. But we never really get to those because they get overwhelmed. We put them on the calendar first thing Monday morning, and by the time we scooted them all the way down, it's Friday afternoon and it's sunny outside. I'll call them next week, or better yet, I'm going to create some SOPs, standard operating procedures, instructions. I've got too much to do. I keep doing the same boring tasks over and over. I have teammates. I have employees. I have a virtual assistant. I'm going to get them to do it. Same concept. I put it on my task list to do, and it just gets moved on down, never gets done. Big one. I want to create my own content. I'm going to start my podcast, or I'm going to write a book, or I'm going to whatever, make some posts, get some information out there. I've got a lot to say and people need to hear it, not just because I'm selfish, but because I want to help them. And that's the way that I do it. Again, we try to use willpower alone, and it's not something that would come naturally to us. And we just think we can grunt it out and get it done. And it doesn't always work that way. Thinking about some personal examples, I have a lot of people, especially even entrepreneurs, they want to go to the gym, but we get out of the routine, right? We go through these periods of where we want to go, but we make it hard on ourselves. We join a gym that's too far away, or we pick a class that we want to get into that's a little above our head, or we don't just have the right clothes, the right shoes. You got to eliminate all of that. Make it as easy as possible. Remove as much friction as humanly possible. So for me, I keep it really simple. I, have a gym very close by. I can just walk to it almost. Take my gym bag every night, put all my stuff in it, put the gym bag next to the door. That way, when I leave in the morning, I've got to trip over the thing to get out the door. And I block off time on my calendar. It's the first thing I put on my calendar every week before anything else, gym time. Because if that goes well, everything else kind of falls into place. Using the sweets example, and we still keep sweets in the house, but my gosh, with 3 little ones, they don't last long. And for me, I got to stay away from them. So in our case, if we have a sleeve of chocolate chip cookies, instead of just putting them out on the counter or in the pantry, you put them to where they are almost hard to get to. We might put them in a basket and put stuff on top of it, and put the basket in top of the pantry, or in a unusual location where we might not normally think to look for it, which, by the way, has humorous consequences when you find Christmas tree Little Debbie snack cakes in July. Cal Newport, great author, by the way, wrote a fantastic book, Deep Work, Digital Minimalism, A World Without Email. He goes so far as to tell you, if you want to do deep work, to remove all of your distractions. TV being an example. I thought it was nuts the way he framed it, but golly, it works. If you don't want to just veg out and watch TV at night, and you want to do something smart, constructive, or deep work, take your remote and put it in a different room. That way you think, if I want to watch TV, I got to go all the way in there and get the remote. Or better yet, take the batteries out. Take the batteries out of the remote, put them in the junk drawer, and then you got to put the batteries in, and then go get the remote, and then go turn the TV on. That friction will keep you from doing it. He even knew some folks that would take the TV off of the wall. Not a big suggestion, but you get the point. And this all the way goes down to our little magic telephones that we keep with us all of the time. I have done. I've deleted social media apps from my phone. I have deleted sporting apps from my phone, fantasy football apps from my phone. If I really want to use it, you can. Nobody's going to tell you no. Go to the App Store, download it, log back in, do what you need to. But when you get done, delete it. And I know you're going to say, well, that's just inconvenient. I'll just use my willpower. See where we're getting at? That willpower, after you use it over and over and over and over, is a depletable resource. And by the time we want to veg out or do things we know that's not good for us at night, we've already used it all up doing silly things like figuring out what I'm going to wear in the morning, or what I'm going to pack for lunch, or what I don't know. What are we going to do later in the day for your business, for your busy professionals out there? When is the time where your willpower is, let's say, the best or the easiest? For most of it's in the mornings. Not all of you are. I know there's a few night owls out there, but if you want to do sales calls or create content or anything like that, put it in the morning when your willpower is, quote unquote, the highest. Don't check your email first thing in the morning. Don't check voicemail first thing in the morning. Don't go to your news site of the day, because that depletes that willpower that you were needing for that day. I mean, even like I said a minute ago, something as silly as it sounds, lay out what you're going to wear the night before, assuming you go into an office somewhere. Lay out what you want to pack for lunch the night before, so you don't have to hum and haw over it. Then other things. I was referring to our phones. If your phone is getting in the way of you doing any of the higher priority items, put it away for a while. Have not just the willpower to not pick it up and look every few minutes, because they've wired that thing to where it's like, you ever see the old ladies? Not so ladies, that's not fair. The people at the slot machines at Vegas or Atlantis or Tunica, that's our gambling spot around here, just hammering away at the slot machines, blowing through the retirement. That's because those items are designed to give you just enough wins to where you're pecking on it like a poor pigeon trying to get another pellet out of a machine. The phones work the same way. Put your phone in another room, lock it away. If you're constantly researching every thought through your head, use browser tools like Stay Focused, which will lock you out after a period of time, or Freedom is actually a tool that will lock you out. You have to pay to use it to keep you from researching when you should be working, and create office hours and boundaries that will prevent other people from depleting your resources for you, depleting your willpower. Tell them, I'm only available at this time or this time. Use a calendar link, like Calendly. Somebody has to schedule time with you instead of just popping in whenever. We think our clients need us 24/7, and they don't. They've just gotten used to it because we made them available to us. Your email autoresponder. I've got several that I know that will say, hey, I check this thing twice a day, so expect to hear from me within 24 hours. I have people, I do this myself on my voicemail that says, hey, email me if you want faster attention. Otherwise, I'm not feeling compelled to reply to a voicemail immediately just because they have a blinking red light. And if you don't manage your willpower, I can promise you, it will manage you. So if you want to do more by doing less, make sure you understand willpower, use it correctly, use it on the things that you actually need it for, and try to automate the rest of it or create friction to keep you from doing things you shouldn't do and remove the friction to the things you should do that you want to do. As far as my little Lilybug goes, she's older now. She still loves a Reese's cup. So for that day, I just planned on letting her tummy ache be the punishment alone. I thought that was going to be a real cool dad move. As it turns out, she didn't have a tummy ache at all. Her willpower was a little strong, little weak there, and she was able to use it elsewhere. But that didn't pan out the way we'd hoped at all. Wait. Don't run off just yet. Do me a big favor, hit the little plus sign to subscribe, scroll down wherever you are, and leave a very honest 5-star review and tell other people why they should be listening. And if you don't, an angel may in fact lose its wings. True story. Have a great day.